Hi, hi, hi. Welcome to Thirsty Thursday Live. My name's lisalyle, and I am here to support the divine to shine through you. So, a very warm welcome to all of you who are new, and of course, a very warm welcome back to those who have been traveling with me for a while. If you resonate with what is shared here on this channel, please do remember to subscribe. Tomorrow night, Friday, May the 6th. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. We are going to be here live starting at 8:11 p.m. And I will be doing free card pulls and energy reads for all subscribers who are here and engaged at the time of the live. So if you are interested in a bit of a personal read, feel free to join us at that time. I'm excited, and I'm super excited that we're going to do a marathon on Friday the 13th, the day of the divine goddess. Here on this channel, we'll probably start about an hour earlier that night at 7:11 p.m. and we're going to go all night long, as Lionel Richie was singing in the 80s. All night long, all night. So, how's everyone doing? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. We are about 6 days away from our full moon, and it's going to be a powerful one. It is, I believe it's our strawberry moon. So there's a lot going on. Tomorrow night we'll be here live, and we're going to discuss all of the astrology of this time and the energetics that are supporting us to rise and thrive. Because honestly, my siblings, brothers and sisters, that is what we're here for. So shut the front door. Okay, so we're going to just tune in. Nobody's here, so I'm going to just do this as if it is a total energy read for the moment for all of us, so that, and trusting, actually. I'm like, what's going on? What haven't I done? Well, I haven't lit the Palo Santo. So let's do that. I trust that whenever you find these messages, as with any of the offerings on this channel, there will be something there for you, because in truth, the messages from Spirit are timeless and eternal. And the spiritual realms don't really work on the clock like we do here in the physical. So thank you for showing up, and I trust that you receive a little drop in your sacred cup. At this time, I'd like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, with the intention of supporting our greatest and highest manifestation in this lifetime via the pathway of our very own calm central nervous system. So as we connect today, something I was feeling before we connected live is that there's this bit of an energy of being breathless, like almost having a hard time to catch our breath. So if you're feeling like this, my suggestion would be to get your hands dirty, play in the dirt, gardening, house plants. I spent quite a bit of time this morning before connecting here live, repotting some new additions to my plant family. And it felt really good. And now it's like exciting to watch them settle into their new home and begin to really sink into those roots and thrive externally. And that feels like this is where we are. We are the plant. We're the plant. And perhaps we've had to adjust ourselves in our pot. Perhaps we've had to move out of, like a hermit crab. I'm seeing the hermit crab now, and it's like the hermit crab. When he outgrows his shell, he releases that shell and moves on and finds a bigger home, one that he can grow into. And so it does feel that that's where we're at. We're making modifications perhaps in our home front that is allowing us to grow and settle more deeply into our home space. Because let's face it, it's the home space where we set the creative pace. And, it's as simple as cleaning up and moving things around your home. For me, it's always plants and furniture and crystals and stuff, moving them around and seeing how incredibly powerful you are when it comes to uh, your ability to shift the energy, because you are one here to hold a higher frequency. They're asking me to take the top card as well. Oh, that's interesting. 555 here. So we have some of the similar energies that we had last week. We have the damsel was the first card out. Understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. Yes, absolutely. So are you feeling the light attributes of the damsel? Are you feeling your ability to romance yourself, to show up for yourself in ways that you would like the other two at some point in time? Or are you still working through the shadow? And no judgment wherever they're saying the top card here, so I'm taking that. Oh my gosh, we had that one last week as well. And I shuffled. What this is about, what these energy updates are really all about, is to support us, because we were told that Gemini season we were going to really be experiencing the polarities of the experience. We were going to see the polarized energies: masculine, feminine, light, dark, you know, negative, positive, all of it. And it's up to us, through our ability to show up for ourselves in loving ways, romancing ourselves, romancing our soul, to be the shift. And it's honorable for us to acknowledge what the shadow may be, what it is that we're shifting through, and what it is we're actually balancing. So the shadow is waiting for a knight to provide for you. Seduction by romantic illusion. This is not a time for us to live in the illusion, the land of confusion. Phil Collins sang about it, Genesis, I believe, in the 80s. This is the land of illusion. This is the land of confusion. We best stop trying and make it a life worth living in or living for. And so is your life worth living for? Of course it is. And are you willing to do what is being asked of you to extract more of the good stuff of life? 829, mine and Frank's day we arrived to the earthly plane. Are you willing to extract more out of life, or are you comfortable, content, complacent perhaps, to simply just allow the external to? It's almost like, if we're not living in our heart space, and if we're not showing up for ourselves and operating from this space, the outside becomes very oppressive, right? And it's almost like I'm seeing those it's like a vice. Who remembers an old table vice? My dad used to have them in the workshop, and they were mounted on the bench, and then you would put something in there, and the two sides of the vice would come closer and closer together. That's what the external wants us to do, is like to make it smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, close the experience in on us. And the heart just wants to expand and expand the experience, embrace the essence of blessings in this life. with the Midas touch. We're either going to, everything we touch turns to gold. We are transforming from the old to the new. It was 10:01 there. We are the reset, the new beginning. Or are we going to stay miserly? Are we going to stay in that poverty mindset? And so we hoard and we collect and we gather things because, it's all we have. Trust me, travel light in this world, my siblings, travel light, because you never know when you're about to take flight. And really, at the end of the day, all that leaves with us and all that we leave behind is the memories of love and light, or strife and fight. 1044. The light attributes: empowered or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches. Yeah. And life's riches it can be anything. Sharing a meal with someone, it can be sharing wisdom with someone, it can be sharing a victory, an obstacle overcome. These are all 1111. These are all gifts that we each have to offer one another, and the only way that we can do that effectively and efficiently is when we show up for ourselves in healthy ways, supporting the health, our own health each and every day. Not, who, who is responsible for your health if you aren't? Who wants to tell you what to do with your body? Who, who wants to govern you? And who do you allow to? Shadow: hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. And that can also be fear we have of losing, a job, a friendship, a relationship, so many things. Loss of perceived security. We don't want to face our emotions, so we're just going to hold them back, and it's like stubborn rigidity. Stubborn rigidity. And it doesn't feel great in the vessel that is we, right? Feel it in your body. What are you feeling in your body? And then we've got this card, Monk Nun. And this is feeling like the Hierophant energy, and that's a 5, and it's about change, and it feels like traditional. And yet what I'm feeling here is that many of you, if not all of you, who are connecting with this message are meant to be non-conformists. You are a non-conformist, right? Of course you are. If you resonate with this channel, you're a non-conformist, and you're here to sow seeds of love in an inclusive way through honesty and integrity, courage and strength. So it feels like a break free from the traditional. And some of us may, in fact, in other timelines, in other lifetimes, may have been monks, nunks. We may have been nunks. We may have been monks and nuns, and very likely were, like, had all of these experiences. And when I think about nunnery and stuff like that, or even the monks, very disciplined, right? Rising and shining at the same time, the same routines, the same spiritual practices. So that's really what this is feeling about too. This is a beautiful time to, hey sis, welcome. This is a really beautiful time to, I'm hearing, enlist, as well as instill. 14 minutes in, 14:35. It's like we are here to invest in ourselves by enlisting new habits, new routines that support the divinity to shine through in everything, just as a byproduct of who we are. And so the light attributes here are selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. Yes. And that practice, the daily, it starts with our daily devotional practices to the spiritual essence of the soul that resides within us. And so, yeah, this is so beautiful. The shadow is negative judgment of the physical world, excessive piety. So let's see what piety actually means, if they haven't changed the definition yet. State or quality of being pious, especially religious devotion or reverence, devotion and reverence to parents and family. So it's really about daily devotion to our spiritual essence. This is godly. When I was young, we don't have these sayings anymore because it's become not cool, if you will, to talk about God, creator, source. God has many names. At the end of the day, my strong understanding is that all speak of a consciousness, a loving creator, a loving creator. And so we don't, when I was younger, we used to hear a lot, cleanliness is next to godliness, and we don't hear that anymore. And yet it is. And so cleanliness is not just about our mind, our thoughts, our body. It's about the home space, the environments that we spend time in. Like at my job, it is disgustingly dirty. I mean, disgusting. I can't even understand. If people could see inside of that place, I don't know how it can stay operational. Anyways, not my concern. My concern is the home space. Your concern is your home space. Those situations, those places, those spaces that you have the ability to change, right? That 5 energy. We are the change. The final card, remember they said to me to take the top card or the bottom card here, is the Father. And I find that very interesting because we've had a lot of this feminine energy around. The feminine has been holding space for the masculine. And so, when I envision the ideal of the father, safety, security, stability, the provider, the protector, right? The nurturer, not just providing those things in the material realm, the emotional stability, the emotional balance and security, the feelings of safety. And let's face it, many of us did not have the ideal expression of a masculine energy in our life. And again, no judgment. That's just simply saying, like, look, we're the ones here breaking generational curses, generational karma, whatever it may be. And so we're all products of our environment, as were our parents as well. And this is a really important, I believe it's an important statement to note. And so this is feeling to me like we are, once again, as I'm a woman, so I speak obviously from a woman's perspective and experience as in the vessel that is female. And, I'm a proponent and a believer of male and female, and we'll just leave it at that. And this is about as the feminine is doing her work. Hey, Titha. You can come back tomorrow night, Titha. Friday nights, we do our live at 8:11 p.m. I'm going to be pulling cards for all subscribers of the channel who are engaged in the live chat at that time. And then I'm so excited. The next Friday, Friday the 13th, the day of the Divine Feminine, we are going to do a marathon here on this channel. We're going to start earlier. 7-11, perhaps even earlier. We'll see just how the day flows. and we're going to go, 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 go. Yeah, so Friday nights are the free card pulls for subscribers. Please tell your friends and family, come on, let's grow the tribe. Let's 2002. So this feels like many of us, and again, I'm going to go back to the Pisces new moon of 2024 there for the feminine. And again, speaking from the feminine perspective, for the feminine, there was a lot of energy that came up, wounds that came up around masculine connections, which always lead back in our lives to the father, right? The father, the grandfather, the uncles, right? But let's just keep it simple. The parents, we address the parents, this and go from there. And so, it really feels like we are being called to, if we're fortunate enough to have our fathers still in our life, to, through the connection, practice compassion, through the connection, practice forgiveness via our own pathway of forgiveness, and to show up for ourselves in ways that we would have liked the father to show up for us when we were a child. The safety, the security, the loving space, the space that allowed us to freely express our emotions, to freely express our uniqueness, and honestly, many of us were not afforded those types of space in our early days. And so now we do that for ourselves. And we do that for ourselves. And as we do that for ourselves, we heal that relationship with the masculine, with the father energy, right? And if we're still living in wounded relationships with that father energy, perhaps it speaks to the large number of dysfunctional relationships between men and women, and the wounds that are simply perpetuated via connections. So let's see what it says here. Talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. You're my tribe. Thank you. Hey, how are you? Look, I was going to take a drink of my water with the lid on. Welcome back. We're just we're just doing today. I'm just doing an energy update. No one was here when I started the live, so I've just really tapped into the energy of the time. I'm excited to come back tomorrow night and tap into all of your energies for the free reads. Right now, though, this is all about us and the ways in which we show up for ourselves. So, in your own life, does your relationship with your father bleed through into the now time in a positive or negative way? Remember Gemini season, the polarities. And do you act dictatorial? So the shadow attributes of the father: dictatorial, control, abuse of authority. And what I'm hearing is like, it's the taskmaster of the mind, right? Because even as little children, as a little girl, regardless of what went on in that father-daughter connection, there was always, from the daughter's perspective, a really, I would venture to say, warped energetic of protection of the daughter to the father. And that is warped, right? It's a reversal of how it's supposed to be. It was a complete reversal. And, it's a lifetime. It's been a lifetime for me in reversing that back, healing the connection, letting go of what I would have liked or wished for, or what I actually deserved, right? What we deserve as children, and letting that go and moving forward, honoring my personal path of devotion and healing and awakening to the spiritual essence that I've always been, that we've always been. So you're going to love this. If you were here last week, I'm working with the crystal Mandala card as well. And at this point, I would encourage you to, I'm going to say, choose left or right, and I'm going to pull a card for left or right for an affirmation to go through today, the week, the month, whatever you feel guided, however long you feel guided to work with it. This card from the crystal Mandala deck came up last week too. Seriously, Ascended Masters, Serapis Bay, and Clear Calcite. Where's my clear calcite? Still here. The angel wings, the butterfly wings, I mean, the heart, the emotional balance, the transparency of it all. Right? And the clarity that we are gaining via the transformation into our divine truth, living it, breathing it, each and every moment, shifting it, transforming it. We've got the Midas touch. We are not the damsel in distress. We are romancing ourselves. We're not waiting for someone to come and lift us up. We lift ourselves up each and every day. Calcite's always about emotional healing, regardless of the color. Emotional healing, emotional healing. Boys do cry. Men do have emotions. I mean, is it good to raise men as men? Yes, absolutely. Men and women are different. Let's face it. We are different. We're built different. Our bodies look different. We're different. The chromosomes are different. And yet each in balance brings their own strength, masculine and feminine. And yet it is the journey of unity and unifying the masculine and feminine within the adult experience so that the child who is now an adult can come out and co-create with the divine each and every day, right? That's what it's all about. And this is the karmic grace card. We have cleared, this message has been coming through loud and clear for about a month now. We have cleared the karmic cycle. We completed it. Congratulations. Celebrate it and then clear it. And our upcoming full moon, if you're thinking about it, like I said earlier, we're 6 days away at this point. Be a good time to start doing the clearing out in the home space, perhaps prepping yourself for a little bit of a cleanse or a detox. I'm feeling 3 days. So again, tune into your inner knowing and see where you're being guided to go and what you're being guided to do. And of course, it's from the Crystal Masters component of the deck, the 333, and that 333 energy, the Christ consciousness, the Trinity within, the divine feminine, the masculine, and the child, Mother, Father, God, right? The double three, the path of forgiveness, the light of Christ, the recognition and remembering that we are the light here now, resurrecting, right? We are the ones here now that save ourselves. No one's coming to save you. Remember the vice? They're wanting to make you smaller and smaller and smaller, right? And less real. Why did my voice just go like a robot? Smaller and smaller and smaller. R2D2, that's what that reminded me of. We're not robots. You're not a robot. I'm not a robot. I don't want to be a robot. Thanks, but no thanks. So the double threes, the Christ consciousness, the resurrection of the light, the saving ourselves through conscious contact with the spiritual realms, God, Father, Creator, Source, that loves us each unconditionally. Remember, many names, same energy, loves us unconditionally. 333, divine feminine energy, ascended masters energy. I really feel the 333 as the triple goddess, maiden, mother, crone, that type energy. And really, I feel like the mother is coming home to herself. The mother is well versed on the shadow realms, which makes her also well versed in the light, right? She is the one here now, balancing the polarized experience. So I hope that makes sense. I'm not sure what you were laughing at, but yeah, it's probably funny. I am funny. Okay, so left or right? Let's get our affirmations. We're going to wrap this up. We'll be back here tomorrow night. Last week was over 3 hours. It was so much fun. I had so much freaking fun last night or last Friday night. And my beautiful sister at work, she's like, "Oh my God, it was so much fun. I'm going to be there for every single minute of it tomorrow night." And I'm like, "Yay." The robot voice. Yeah. Arching detail. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. And you know what? I went to a restaurant, a sushi restaurant. It was actually the last time my son and I went. I won't go back because they had this little robot. This little robot. I mean, yeah, okay, cute. When I was a child, it was cute to have like a little robot, and Star Wars was big back in the day and stuff. But I'm not interested in becoming a robot. I'm not 3113, divine feminine, as well as the angelic realms. I'm not interested in being served by robots or anything like that. I mean, we gotta wake up and be who we are. Because I hadn't said left or right yet, I'm going to say this is for all of us. Grace. And 19 is the sun, right? The sun, the happiest card in the deck. We got the 19, and then we add the 1 and the 9, and we got the 10. Like, we're doing it. Remember, 2025 is a year of clearing. The hermit, clearing the way, clearing the pathway. And then we've got grace here. Grace is an unmerited gift. There's nothing we need to do to earn or deserve God's grace. And it's available and accessible to us in each and every breath, in each and every moment of every day. And it's really a gift. And it is the gift of forgiveness. And I do feel a call here to say, stop judging yourself so harshly. Stop ruling with authority, an iron fist. That's not really effective. And oftentimes that type of energy has a completely opposing, right? A completely polarized effect than, the iron fist. And 4 plus 7 is 11. We are the gateway to bliss. When I open to the deep source of grace, the flow of my life feels effortless and vibrant. Yes. Have a great lunch. Great to see you here, soul sister. So great to see you here. I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon. And I'm so happy you're super busy. Yay! Keep up the good work. Okay, so left. Let's get a message for left. And what I'm feeling, I've been feeling this energy so much recently. And even today when I was repotting these, I bought some more Hoyas. You're very welcome. And as I was repotting them, I was just giving the roots some space. And some of them had like really long roots. They weren't big or anything, but they weren't thick. They were long roots. And hey, Rena, welcome. So anyways, without getting too sidetracked here, I just simply want to say it really feels the energy I've been tapped into a lot is this energy of grounding, the color red, and really needing to, as we ground, we're better able to show up for ourselves. We're better able to show up in the world for others. And so this is really speaking to me of deeply grounded via the purity of the heart, which gives us the power to speak our truth, there's been a lot of energetic movement. And remember at the beginning, I was saying it feels like it's 12:21. Hey, Frank, Divine Masculine's in the house. Of course he is. I just had to take note of the number on the clock. It is 12:21 now. And there's been a lot of this at the beginning of this message. What came through is, are any of you having a hard time catching your breath? It feels like it's for the last couple of days, I've really been, hey, brother, hey, Milos, welcome. I've really had this difficult time to catch my breath. And it feels like perhaps we're not even at the left or right yet. This is for all of us. It's a 12 at 12:21. It's a 12 vibration. It's all about the throat. Exactly what I've been saying. There's this huge shift going on through the throat chakra, and it does feel like there's a little bit of it's like, oh my God, and it doesn't, like, this silliest thing, like, will have me feeling like winded, like, oh my goodness. And so there is something here about the throat. What I'm hearing and feeling is that it's really important for us to keep the energetic of the throat chakra moving, to keep speaking, to keep sharing. And some of us in recent days on this channel, there have been some difficult conversations. We have had difficult conversations. Difficult things have been shared. And it's an energetic that we're all kind of like, I would say swimming within, but then I heard floating within. So this is really what we want to do. We, through grace, via grace, by following our truth and trusting the wisdom within us, trusting the heart that beats within us, we are making waves and we are making breakthroughs and break frees. The message here on the card is, believing in and following my inner truth helps me live an authentic and empowered life. Yes, absolutely. That's all we can do. So Rena says here, I'm glad you enjoyed the interactive reading yesterday. Thank you, Rena. I'm glad, uh, that it supported you. And yes, you're not alone. Next, Rena says she was guided to speak her truth the other day and it caused a huge fire, yet she walked through the damn fire anyways. And that's all we can do, right? We can't, I'm not here at this stage of my life to convince anybody of anything. I know in my heart of hearts, through this vessel that has been Lisa Diane Lyle for almost 55 years on this planet, I know what rings and resonates as right and true. And I know I have walked through many damn fires, sometimes fires I created, I started myself, and then fanned the flames of those fires. And I walked through each and every time out the other side transformed. And that's what we're here to do. It's not, a lot of people are like, this global mindset is too big for the average mind, especially the average mind that's been dumbed down over time. We must begin at home. We must begin at home with our very own minds, our very own hearts, our very own feet planted on the ground, making moves in our daily life to make our experience better, and as a result, the experience of others better as well. And I don't feel that that's stressed enough in the spiritual community. How important the inner work that we do is to the collective stream of things. We're not responsible for those things outside of ourselves. And many, many years ago, and I'm not sure, I'm sure I've done it here on the channel, but the one thing that when I was having some struggles in boundary setting and this kind of stuff, Archangel Michael asked me to outstretch my arms and turn around in a circle. I can't really do it fully here with my arms straight. And I was told that is the space I'm responsible for. And so it's the same for all of us. That's the space we're responsible for. This is the space through which we integrate. It's the space in which we have the entirety of this experience. It's the space in which we are the magician and the alchemist, and we're all of it. The empress, the emperor. We are the entirety of the experience, and the child as well. Yeah. Yeah. Don't you feel, a good cry always makes us feel lighter. And just like when we have rains outside, back in the day, there used to be the saying too, oh, the cleansing rains, wash all of our troubles away. Well, for us, as the vessel of spirit, our tears are the cleansing rains. The waters within the sacral chakra are the cleansing waters, the waters of life, via which I always like the analogy of like through my tears, of the emotional baggage of years, via the pathway of tears. It's like a baptism. Remember, and we're the ones here saving ourselves, right? So it's really beautiful. We're doing it. Look, we're in the thick of it. The power of our voice. And again, as we work through the remainder of 2025, we are going to grow in strength and power via our courage and our willingness to accept the gift of grace in our daily life. Yes. I speak my truth and express my feelings to others with care and compassion. Exactly what was said earlier in this connection today. So left, let's get to it. Left, let's get an affirmation card for those who were guided to left. And no, this one. This came up recently too. Appreciation. 25, gratitude. The more that we release the heaviness and the baggage that has been our life experience, the more appreciation we can have for the simple things in life. And it's just a natural, positive byproduct or side effect of doing the inner work. And it's not all, I was going to say it's guts and glory, but it's not all, accolades and, oh my gosh, world stage, look at me, I'm amazing. We are. And what makes us really amazing, because most on the world stage aren't amazing at all, really nothing admirable, nothing inspiring, nothing. And yet you all are, because you are doing the work of the Sacred Heart in the here and now and becoming more and more peaceful as you go. This is all the Divine Mother essence all around. And the peaceful doves. And look at this goddess, the image of the goddess here. So much red and white, getting grounded in her power. And via the vessel of the physical body, 25 comes to 7, which is the chariot energy, as well as the physical body. And the chariot's not something we get in and go for a ride in. We're the chariot. We are the chariot with the cherry on top, if you want, right? Wear it, embrace it, appreciate life on life's terms, and do what you're called to do, right? Because only you can do what you're called to do. It's the same for each and every one of us. Appreciating the good that exists in my here and now expands my awareness to all that is good in the universe. Cherries. Yeah. I used to, I don't anymore, but remember, like, I loved maraschino. I love cherries. Cherries, like off of a tree, are my absolute favorite. We're getting into cherry season. I had some good ones yesterday. I don't know who left them there, a baggie for us at work. They were so delicious. But back in the day, I could almost like just put a spoon in and eat a whole jar of maraschino cherries. Not good at all. Probably not a real cherry at all. But it's like the sweetness of life, right? Extracting it and not veering over into the gluttonous side of life, right? It's the balance. Hey, Witness 222, welcome back. Lubricants of the soul, Milos. I love it. And you. Um, let's talk about the clouds. We can talk about clouds. The cloudy weather in my new state is, yeah, because most of the clouds, take pictures of the sky. Um, Most of the clouds that we see in the sky, very rarely do we see a naturally occurring cloud anymore because of all the engineering that's going on in our skies. Deception before our very eyes. We used to say lines in the sand, now it's lines in the sky. So yeah, there's that's my quick and easy. That's my fast and furious take on clouds. We don't see many real ones. We don't see bunnies hopping through the sky anymore, or puppies laying on a cloud, that kind of stuff that we used to lay back on the grass and envision was moving through the sky when we were children, unfortunately. Now we have barium, aluminum, and graphene skies that again, it's another tool that is being used by the other side, if you will. Same bottom card. That is not for our greatest and highest good, damaging Mother Earth as well as those of us who inhabit this planetary realm. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's insane, right? It doesn't make any sense. Those who govern us and those who mandate things that people comply with, because mandates are simply the only way a mandate is effective. It's not a law. It's not anything. It's a mandate, and by our like by if you put one on, if you do this, if you do whatever they tell mandating you to do, stay 6 feet back, all that stuff, you are then making it like you're complying with something that's just a mandate. I don't give a poop about your mandates, right? Who mandates us? Who do we answer to? Who governs us? It's up to us. And so the significance, I mean, think about it through history. Most ancient civilizations and cultures worshipped the sun, right? And when we even think of Christianity and stuff, I'm not going to like go into whether people are real people or not. It's a consciousness, right? And, Yeshua, the Christ, was the son of God, right? So, I mean, they're trying the sun, we would want to block the sun out. What do we need? What does a plant need? I was talking about repotting some plants today. Plants need soil, water, sunlight, and food to grow, right? And, like, so do we. We're the human plants, HUE. We're the trees of life. And so those who don't have our greatest and highest good in mind, and perhaps they don't even have a real heart, do these things to, hijack our consciousness, just like fluoride in the toothpaste, right? A dental office will have a sign that identifies fluoride as a neurotoxin, a hazardous waste material, and yet it's in our water supplies, it's in the toothpaste. And what it does is calcifies the third eye, the spiritual eye, right? So that's why. And that's why it's so challenging. The wake up call, the clarion call has gone out. And it's very difficult for the average mind to, yeah, yeah. And we have to remember, like, just because, we may not see the lines in the sky where we are, like, the atmosphere, right? Like, this stuff's traveling around, and you'll even notice it on TV programs and stuff like this. You see it everywhere. It's a new phenomenon. I don't remember drawing tic-tac-toe and SOS boards as pictures when I was a child, right? The sky had these big fluffy white clouds, right? Not anymore. So yeah, there's that. And it's because we're so powerful, right? Our consciousness is powerful. The sound of our voice is powerful. It's healing. Why do you think we don't have church bells anymore? Churches most days just look like a warehouse nowadays, and they've got ATMs in the front. It's gross. It's so disgusting. Why don't we have bells anymore that ring? Because they're healing, right? Hospitals in days gone by used to have a sun deck where they would take unwell patients to go and rest in the sun, right? What's happening is our consciousness has been dumbed down, and we as a collective have bought into this idea that someone knows better for us what is right and true for us, what is good for us or not good for us, right? So, yeah, where are all the bells? Where have all the bells gone? That's where they've gone. It's all by design. And so is the spiritual awakening, and so is the gathering of the spiritual community. So is the gathering of the soul family coming back together. It's all by design, and we're right on time. So keep showing up. Keep showing up for yourself, romancing your soul in your daily life, knowing that in your lineage, in your bloodline, you are the one here that is breaking free from the karmic cycles, the curses, if you will. We don't really say that word much anymore, but a lot of us curse, right? We don't really say that word anymore, though. Curses and spells, and we use we do these things all the time. So how are we speaking? Are we speaking of the divine? And yeah. Yeah, but I don't, yeah, it's cool. But again, I think that they seed a lot of this stuff into the consciousness. So Rena said there are 2 states in the US that banned chemtrails, but then in the next breath, they'll tell you they're not true. So if they're banning them, can they tell us who's responsible for doing them? Because I don't really, great. People are excited about that. And that is a win because at least they're talking about it. Yet really, like in 2 states, so what? You don't get them over your skies, but the wind blows in all the nefarious stuff that is attached to them that's happening in the state beside. Do you see? Like, it's like so insane. And I feel like the level of insanity that is rampant on this planet is so much for the average person to comprehend, right? They're just busy trying to live. Yeah. Just busy trying to live, right? And then there are the really good people, like those who would identify as whatever religious denomination they identify, and they have a personal relationship with a God of their understanding. And yet many of them as well have been deceived by whatever denomination they identify with. And we saw that with the bug that flew over the planet, a handful of years ago. These places of worship, right? These godly places of outreach and community and support, they all shut down. They encouraged their people to do what they were being mandated to do. And I was like, seriously? Is that what God would want us to do? Is that what our brother Yeshua would have done? No, he would have flipped the damn tables and told them, no, it's not happening. And yet we're just like, anyways, I could go on about it forever. Today is Friday in my world, so I do have to go to the job as much as I'd like to stay home and I don't know, just like putter around. That's really what I'd like to do. But A positive thing is like I go today, I go in on Sunday, and then I'm off until the following Sunday. And my son is coming home for a few days. Hey, Miss Mo, welcome. Happy to catch the tail end. Ah, thank you. Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are thumping and the jam is bumping. Oh, yeah. Oh, all right. Let's do this. Don't forget tomorrow night, 8/11. All subscribers, come here whenever you can. We were here live 3 hours last week. Next week on the Day of the Goddess, Friday the 13th, we are doing a marathon. Yeah. my voice is changing again. All right. So left side. No, we did the left. Now we're going to the right. So left. Let's give you your affirmation again. Appreciating the good that exists in my here and now expands my awareness to all that is good in the universe. Yes. Okay. So, right. Let's see what we have for the right side and where that'll take us. Okay. I'm confused about that. Yeah, I know. It's like all the sisters are back. Reunited and it feels so good. Reunited because we understood. One perfect thing is showing up for ourselves in our day-to-day experience. So right here it is, savoring the positive. 37, another 10 energy. Yes, yes, yes. We are moving through this universal 9. Those of you who are all here on the live, we're all here back in November and December of 2024 when we were being told this was going to be a year of, especially the first 3 months, but now we're in the second 3 months of this year, the Gregorian year, not the true year. And it's been a lot of heavy lifting, right? It's been a lot of heavy stuff we've been clearing. Like Rena said, though, when we show up for ourselves, when we speak, when we speak truth and move through the fires of transformation, we are transformed. As we release the healing tears that flow from deep within us, we are cleansed. We are released of another burden, if you will, lighter, more free. A new day is dawning for thee. So, and we're moving towards this universal 10-year 2026 wheel of fortune, abundance, prosperity. And remember, as the wheel turns, there will be those who continue to perpetuate the karmic wounding, the karmic wheel. We're moving on to the destined, the fated wheel, what is meant for us, and we deserve it. We deserve it. It's like the cherry on top, the dark cherries on top. Forget the maraschinos. I want the dark cherries on top. Savoring the positive. And again, this is more red here, right? Seeing things from the higher perspective, yet from a deeply grounded and personal space. We're not here to debate. We're not here to convince. We're not here to, we've spent our time doing that. We're just here to grow, and we're here to keep doing what our heart knows we're here to do. Sowing the seeds of love in the day-to-day, letting our love flow. You see all the songs here? See all the songs? Dreaming sweetly, having sweet dreams, right? That's what we're here for, savoring the deliciousness of life. I said this the other day. I'm going to say it again. This feels like red-tail hawk energy to me. And hawks are always about seeing things from a higher perspective. And with the joy, and really harvesting and extracting the joy of the interconnectedness of all of us, of all things, of all living beings. I allow myself the spaciousness of savoring the delicious gifts in my life. The most delicious gift in life is the gift of grace, which says, move on with it, child. It's okay. You're doing great. You're not late. Life isn't a race. Trust your heart. Use your voice for good. Allow your tears to flow. Plant your feet on the ground. You are so much stronger, abundant, and wiser than you know. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Rena, Milos, Kiva, Witness 222, Mo, thank you all. Titha, I think she left though. She was just looking for the reading. Thank you all so much. You are my soul tribe. I'm so grateful that you're alive. I'm so grateful that we're here together on the verge of the thrive. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this, how it pans out, how it goes for us. We're doing great. I love you. I see you. I feel you. Your presence here at this time is a gift in my life. All of you, those of you who may be catching this on the replay, thank you so much for showing up. And I hope you all come back here tomorrow night at 8:11 p.m. for Friday Night Live. Free card pulls. Yeah, free card pulls. What was I saying? Astrology. Maybe we'll just talk about the astrology at the beginning of it and get into the card pulls. Yeah, because that's important. We got a lot going on. We'll figure it out. Or maybe I'll come here on Saturday and do the astrology. Either way, we're going to be connected over the next few days. I can't wait. I'm super excited about tomorrow night. Come on, Friday. Yet I'm going to stay deeply grounded in the present moment. Until next time, everyone, go out there, take care of yourself today. Show yourself some love and know that you are worth the time and attention that it takes for you to romance your very own beautiful soul. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Double sixes. We're all the script flippers here. I see you.